Here are my bags. This is a scuba diving bag. This is like 50 liters, completely waterproof. It has some extra pockets and snap-ons and things to kind of attach stuff to it. Roll top. And then I have a bunch of other smaller bags just for random storage. I don't think any of these are really waterproof. They're just kind of to separate different items and store those separately. And here I have some of the items that I'm going to be storing. This is my tent, sleeping bag, camp chair. It's actually sort of a Frankenstein. I have a different back because this back is more comfortable than the one that came with this chair. So it doesn't quite fit in here, but it's still pretty small, pretty light. Rain pants, waterproof pants, tarp, small tarps, a little rain fly basically, an inflatable sleeping pad. Cook set, it's a water bottle with a life straw inside. Eversaw, just a processed wood. My Arachniv knife, a hatchet, 1.5 pounds, pretty hefty, nice grip. Just some various electronics like flashlights and battery packs and stuff like that. A watch, personal items, so deodorant, hand sanitizer, medication, toilet paper, bandages, some paracord and some clips, and then some bungees and some more clips. And then of course I also have some insect repellent and sunblock. Pretty much always have these on me, just small little packages of it. I did want to show off this lantern a little bit more. So this is basically just a little disc, tiny flat disc. Over here is a solar panel. And this is cool because it's actually, you take it, you can expand it like this. And it's actually just a little expandable lantern. And again, solar charge. I think this is cool. This is really cool. And it just folds back up. Here's my food, nothing too fancy. I just have some chicken breast, pre-cooked chicken breast, as well as 3 different packages of ready rice. Basically just gonna mix this in with these and warm it up a little bit. I also have some Campbell's Chunky Healthy Request soups, varying levels of nutrition, but also some of these aren't as good as others, so just kind of have some variety. Beef jerky, some beer for the trip as well. I'm not gonna take all of these, but just, you know, bring a couple beers along the way. I have officially arrived to Cave Run Lake. This is the beginning of day 1. It took about 4.5 hours to get here. It's a beautiful day out, clear skies all around. The water is super clear. I don't know if you can look at that. Super clear water. Just started paddling out. They closed the boat ramp, so I had to use, there's a little beach over this way that I had to use. It's a little bit rough. I did get a parking spot super close, which is both bad and good because my car's gonna be there for a while. I'm pretty excited. There's not really anyone out on the lake. I saw one boat. So it's super chill, super calm. There's a slight wind at my back, so that's cool. There's the dam. Pretty cool. It's gonna be a pretty cool day. I'm just gonna head out over this way and see what I can find. Man, I love this place. What's not to love? What's not to love about this place? It's freaking gorgeous. I can't believe how clear the water is. I don't hear anything. I love this place. These massive rocks. Absolutely humongous. Oh, it's so deep right here too. Ooh, I got vertigo. It's so deep. It's crazy. It's pretty sweet. This is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. There's no other people anywhere. There's the occasional boat. This place is a hidden gem. There's no entry fee. You can camp mostly anywhere you want. That's my campsite up there. Right over there. It's deceptively far away. That's a good half-mile away. Here's where I've decided to make camp. Just in a little cove here, a little ways off of a bigger cove. So I don't think a lot of people are going to be coming over this way. There's a bunch of trees over here too, so bigger boats probably stay away from here. I decided to go under some trees. Like there's a nice one. Basically for a clearing like this. I don't know if you can tell, but this is super flat, super needly. It's actually pretty much good to go. I'm not really gonna clear it away too much. I don't really see the sense in destroying what's here if I don't need to. I don't want to jinx it, but there haven't been any mosquitoes yet. Beautiful. Yeah, so I'm just gonna paddle out because it is a freaking beautiful day. No one's out here. Just gonna have a little bit of fun. That was fun. I always have this fear of like piranhas and stuff. I don't want to get eaten out here, man. Now for re-entry. How's that? Oh yeah. Whew. Gosh, I hope that jump looked cooler than what it was. All right, Yeah, there are a lot of logs sticking up out of the water here. I don't want to accidentally kick one. And not really much of a current. But I'm gonna paddle back to these cliffs because they look friggin' sweet. Gonna be a beauty shot. Yoink! That was fun. Here we are, home sweet home. There's a couple guys here. I mean, it's so funny. It's so funny. This is such my life. Like, there is no one here. I see this? There's no one. No one on like this whole lake, except for these two guys right here in this spot fishing. And so I paddled up and I was like, they were looking at me like, why are you coming over here? Why are you so close to us? And I had to explain to them, I was like, all my stuff is up on this hill, so this is happening. This is happening. So, and they, of course they understood, but they just, it's just my life that, you know, all of this and people will be literally right here. I think it's time to start setting things up for real. I'm gonna knock this little tower down. It served its purpose. I mean, I knew for the most part. See, you can see these trees are really, really tall. And there are like none. Like, those are the only cluster I see. Those are a pretty good marker. I think I'm gonna leave the boat here for now. Pull it up a little bit more. I'm going up there. basically, I know it's not anything super sturdy and it's probably not going to stand here for an extended amount of time, but so shallow ring here, and then of course tall side on the back side, and that's because, you know, kind of open on this side, not so much over here, so I don't care too much about that. But this side over here, I just want this to be built up a little bit. And then of course I dug it out a little bit. Camp is coming along nicely, I would say. Just a few more things. I think I built this on top of a carpenter anthill. So I sprayed a lot of my stuff down with insect repellent, so they'll stay away from me, but I did kind of mess up their habitat. Sorry, ants. Okay, so this is gonna sound dumb, but I think I'm gonna boil some water. I've been using the life straw, but it's so much work and I just want more water than what I'm getting. I just ate a bunch of beef jerky, so I'm like super thirsty. And I know it's kind of gross, like warm water, like hot water or whatever, but I think that's a better option right now. So I'm just gonna run down. I'm gonna start a tiny little fire, like a little fire. Get some hot coals on it, and then boil some water. Okay, now that the water has boiled, I'm just gonna let it sit here on my nice little insect repelled table. Just gonna let this thing die out, and then I'm gonna finish off this. Something over here is down right there. I don't know if you can see it all the way over there, but I've basically just been taking sections like this out of it. So that's gonna be my wood for tonight. Real wood, actual wood. Oh yeah, that is. Well, it's not really wet, but it's not exactly dry either. Not all the way. Oops. That's gonna cause some problems. Don't do that. Alright, so I finished processing the first load of firewood. And oh my goodness, I'm sure you can tell by the way it split that was not a fun time. Now, I'm not sure if I said this before or not, but this stuff is stringy and it is not super seasoned. See, I figured because this thing it looks like it's been down for a long time. I assume that it had dried out a lot more than what it looks like it has. So this first night of fire may be pretty rough. We'll have to see. I'm not super excited to find out how this stuff burns. I might go and try to get more wood off of a different log. The problem with that is that this other stuff looks too dead, so there's not really a good in-between. Yeah, I'll probably go look around and try to find something that's a little less... I don't know how to describe this wood. My hope is that this stuff in here is sap-like stuff, but it just doesn't feel sticky. I don't know. Yeah, I have doubts on whether or not this stuff is actually going to burn. This is dinner for tonight. I got the chicken breasts and the cheddar broccoli ready rice. I might need to eat more than this. Yeah, there's not a lot of dietary supplement to this. So I think I'm probably gonna eat more, but we'll see. First I have to get the fire going anyway. I guess I didn't show any of this. I did get a bunch more wood. This was just dead wood that was kind of laying around. And then this stuff. Basically gonna start off burning this stuff and maybe throw a couple of these on slowly. That's gonna burn up nicely. I wonder if you guys can see how, oh yeah, how pretty that lake is. It's very nice at this time. It may actually be too dark now to see, but the food she's a cooking, the fire she's a blazing. She's a super blazing. These little ashes are getting everywhere. See? Just burning a hole through my sock, no big deal. And there's not a lot I can do about it. She's a violent fire. Still nighttime. It's about to get super dark. It's been a pretty rough morning. I've actually been up for like three and a half hours now. I have made 3 fires. And this one's burnt out now. So I woke up because I guess a family decided to stop here, just right down here, and they were here for an hour. And I was just looking out. I'm looking out at all of this, and they stopped here. So I'm like, all right, that's kind of annoying, since the whole reason I'm here is to kind of get away from people. And then they left after an hour. And then, not 10 minutes later, some fishermen show up on this side over here. And they fished out that little cove. And they were there for probably about an hour. And now, there's fishermen in this cove over here. And they've been here for about an hour. I'm kind of in a bad mood. Not gonna lie. Like, I'm in a bad mood. It's not so much that there's people here as it is looking out and seeing where there's no people in this humongous, gigantic, uninhabited lake. Everyone comes here all morning. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this spot. For me, this spot has evergreens. That's it.
It's a nice spot, but as far as being on a boat, I don't understand why this would be a nice spot. I picked this spot because there are literally trees sticking out of the water. Maybe that makes it better to fish, I don't know. That doesn't really explain why a family would stop here for an hour and swim around. I don't get it. So yeah, I'm really in a bad mood. I'm grumpy. I slept well enough to be woken up by screams by little kids. I'm trying to make coffee this morning. Yeah. I didn't even know that was, like, possible. None of it's on the inside? Okay, I guess a little bit's on the inside. But, guess I'm not gonna be making coffee. Yeah, these guys are just sitting down here. I didn't want to make a video with people around, but it's been 3 hours now. The day is more than halfway over. I feel like I need to reinforce my frustration. This isn't even the main part of the lake, it's just a channel. This is what I see. Nothing, 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 nothing. And over here is where I'm camped. That glimmer is people fishing. I just don't understand what's so popular about this one freaking spot, man. There is nothing cool about this spot. That's literally why I picked it. I'm off to my car to get my charging cable. Just gonna get a real nice hot fire real quick, cook some soup. I did set up a bear hang for this trip. Pretty simple thing. I just have a bag here, drawstring bag, and then I have a clip here, a toggle with a line, 2 loops on the end, and that's going to this little limb right here, and then basically just pull this and tie it over there to the tree itself. And then supposedly no bears can get your food or other animals. I do have the clip on here, so that way I could just leave it like this and then take my bag with me. When I'm done with my food, I can just bring it back and clip it back on. So my fire is dying down. It's kind of turning into these coals. So I'm going to go ahead and put together the cook set and then start heating up the soup. I think I'm actually gonna mix some stuff into it. Make like a super meal. Because that looks disgusting. Let's give this thing some texture. This needs to get out of here. I don't need a fire. Man, where was this thing last night when I was trying to keep my fire going? That's a joke. My fire burned, I think, until like 2 in the morning. It's a pretty long time. Not nearly long enough if it was colder out. It got pretty chilly last night, which I'm not complaining. The mummy bag in there did its job. No real complaints. I slept like a baby last night. If there's animals in these woods, they aren't around here. Like I said, I did do my bear hang, but it seems totally unnecessary, which is great. Better safe than sorry. Lunch is done. Quite a bit of lunch, actually, which is good because I haven't really been eating a lot. I've been snacking far too often, to to be honest. So I'm pretty excited for this meal. It's gonna be great. You know, processing this wood has reminded me of a video. Basically, the guy was saying, you know, I see these people out here with these saws and these hatchets and stuff chopping down these trees. And that seems a little bit silly to me since a lot of the wood can just be broken. Dead wood can be cracked over rocks and logs and things like that. And, you know, I thought about it and, you know, he's not wrong. All that is very true. But also it depends on your application. So it varies based on what you're trying to do. So for example, today I made several fires just out of twigs and dead sticks and even big dead pieces of logs. And that's how I made my fires today. But when you're making a fire for the night and you're looking for a nice comforting fire that's long burning and low maintenance, you have to process the wood. Now the reason for this is because this wood, this is a perfect example. Over here it's dry, over here it's green. Now the wet side is not good. I don't want this part, but the part that's dry and the part that's green, there's a chemistry to it. This thing's gonna burn longer than just a dead log, a lot longer, because this stuff has to dry out while it's burning. And because there's this dryness as well, it's gonna keep going as it dries this center out. And that's what makes it last like 10 times longer than anything dead on this forest. There's tons of stuff that's dead on this forest. And to get this, I had to saw both ends of it, and I'm about to split it down the middle like this one. So yeah, I wouldn't say don't bring a hatchet and a saw, because they're definitely useful if you're looking for a nice long running night fire. But if you are just trying to build a small fire to cook on, or a small fire to boil water or something like that, something that doesn't need to run for a super long amount of time, then yeah, sure, just pick up some dead twigs and sticks and stuff and just burn that. Just know that after 30 minutes or so, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to be up and around just finding all these dead twigs. If you need it to run for an extended amount of time, you're just going to be up constantly feeding it, and it's going to eat everything you give it, because there's just no way to slow it down. Just some thoughts out here while I'm processing my wood. I'm pretty exhausted. I have like 4 hours, maybe 5 hours left to do this, so I'm going to take it kind of slow. I'm working on this piece right here. It was actually standing up in between this cluster of trees, and I took it down. The idea being that the inside may be better than the one I've been picking off of. So far, it looks like it might be a little bit better, but not much. So, but that's okay. It's got a nicer outside than the other one did, so this is probably a better log in general. As soon as I'll get out of this rotting piece. This was near the ground. Got a few more pieces of wood processed. Do have a lot of logs now, but not quite as many as I want. I would say 1 or 2 more of the green ones. Got some sirloin burger cooking up. Just relaxing. Not completely dark yet. It's getting there. It's gonna be a good dinner. I feel like it's both important and redundant to say this. I do pack out, so all of the trash that I've created on this trip is actually just in this bag. And I've been storing it, putting the trash in this bag and then putting it with my food bag on the bear hang. Basically, when I leave, there's nothing unnatural left in my place. Time to say goodbye to the campsite. She was pretty good to me. The people weren't, but the campsite was. Just gonna paddle on back to my car and head home. It was a decent trip overall. I don't know, I got really unlucky with the amount of people interested in the same spot that I was. There were some more fishermen over there earlier today, 2 of them back to back. They didn't stick around for too long though. I think next time I come here, I'm just gonna go all out and head for the hills, which would be that way. Yeah, you go down there far enough, there's a sign that says danger. But yeah, I think I'll map me out a new spot that's just absolutely away from everything. But all in all, it was a good trip. I want to say it was relaxing, but again, it's hard to relax when there's people just kind of swarming you all the time. I don't know. It's hard for me to relax. But it was definitely fun. It was an adventure. Until next time, guys.